On to University of Virginia. Again, like I said, we are going to the lower part of the ACC. Was I was shocked. I looked at
Yeah.
Virginia after I made my thing, and I said 6.5. Who they think they
Six and
are?
a half. Yeah, 6.5 is generous, just to put it
Man, if you
mildly.
got what I got, I was so confused.
And that's putting it mildly.
Yeah. So Virginia's coming off of I gotta cry, man. Pour one out for my dog Calandria. Coming off a 5-7, 3-5 season. They returned 9 starters, 3 on offense, 6 on defense. They returned Cam Robinson, the linebacker, 64 total tackles, 37 solos, 5 sacks, a PBU, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. They returned Jam Jackson, cornerback, which I think is a cool name for a cornerback, by the way.
For
For
sure.
58 total tackles, 37 solos, half a sack, and 6 pass breakups. Return Trey McDonald, linebacker, 57 total tackles, 37 solos, a sack, and a pass breakup and an interception. Return Jameer Carter, defensive tackle, 33 total tackles, 9 solos, a sack, and a pass breakup. As Kyle Riley went yardy, I knew he would. And Tony Muskett at quarterback, 45 of 76, 59.2 completion percentage, 545 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. They lose Anthony Calandria, quarterback, went 198 to 320, 61.9% completion percentage, 2,125 yards. Gunslinger with 13 touchdowns, but can't stop turning the ball over. 11 interceptions. He's now at UNLV. Malachi Fields. Oh, I just like this so much when I saw this. Malachi Fields is wide receiver at 55 catches for 808 yards and 5 touchdowns. Went to Notre Dame. I was so sick when I saw that.
Yeah,
Tyler
I didn't like
Neville,
that at all.
tight end, 37 catches for 394 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's now on the Cowboys. Lost Kobe Pace, running back, 114 carries, 499 yards, 4.4 carry, and 3 touchdowns. They lost Jonas Sanker. I love Jonas Sanker at safety. I was so excited when he got drafted. 98 total tackles, 66 solos, 2 sacks, 4 pass breakups, interception, 2 fumble recoveries, and a fumble scoop and score for a touchdown. So on the Saints, and lost Chico Bennett, edge, 39 total tackles, 20 solos, a sack, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Kind of had a disappointing year, in my opinion. Chico Bennett did. Um, 46 overall recruiting class, 26 in transfers. Ace, talk to me about Virginia, man.
Yeah, Virginia, I think is a team. Tony Elliott going into his fourth year with a losing record. The pressure has to be mounting on him.
For sure.
Um, the offense remains inefficient in Desmond Kitchen's third year. Um,
I don't even want to blame the OC, bro.
I don't want to blame him, but
It's
however,
Calandria, dog.
I don't know if it's Calandria. I don't know if it's the culture of the team because Virginia used to be one of those teams where it's like, yeah, every couple of years they got something. Like when the upperclassmen develop and they become leaders
Nah,
and
facts. 2019 with Bryce
you know what I
Perkins.
mean?
2018 with what, Kurt Benkert. 2020
Yeah,
or 2021 with Brendan Armstrong.
yeah, yeah. Like they're never like it's never like, oh, this is the most talented team in the world, but it's like, oh, they got heart, they got grit, and they'll play you every single play. You know what I mean? And I mean, hopefully that can continue, but I'm not too sure, man. Losing Malachi Fields alone is a huge, huge deal because he did so much for them last year. Like he was a possession guy when he needed to be. He was an explosive guy when he needed to be. Like losing Calandria, granted he wasn't a perfect quarterback, but he had the attitude of a guy who, when he made a mistake, he forgot about it. He'll still spin it. It's very like as I said earlier, it's very Brett Favre-ish in a way. It's like he was a gunslinger and he has the attitude that you would want in a quarterback. Um, now, you know, that said, yes, they played some tough games against people last year. Like,
Louisville was a tough one. I remember that
yeah,
game.
yeah, like towards the beginning of the season, they definitely had some fire and it went away as the season went along. Um, hopefully they can try to mimic some of that and make it last longer, but I can't say that I'm confident in that.
Yeah, so my thing is, they were in a lot of games, and Kalangria threw picks and turnovers to throw them out of games. To be completely honest, and I always go back. I know it wasn't last year; it was 2 years ago against Maryland. But I go back to the Maryland game 2 years ago, and Calandria showed me who he was, and I was like, man, he's a freshman. He'll get over it. And no, he really
Yeah,
didn't. When he threw those three back-to-back-to-back interceptions late in the
yeah,
game
he
against
didn't.
Maryland, they should have won that game, but those
Yeah,
interceptions took him out of it.
even with those
Um,
interceptions, still only lost by a touchdown
yeah,
or
and
eight
then you
points.
go to the Maryland game this past season, same thing. You're moving up and down the field, and then you're just turning the ball over. Like you're moving on Maryland. Stop turning the
Yeah,
ball over. So it just, man, the Calandria experiment has ran its course. All the best of luck to UNLV with Calandria. Hopefully, they can get him to stop turning the ball over. I think he's a really good quarterback if he can stop turning the ball over.
I
So
think UNLV is very much his speed. I think he'll
yeah,
find success
I
over there.
100% agree, and especially with Dan Mullen, I agree wholeheartedly. So I think that was a lot of the issue with Virginia. That and the run game wasn't really crazy. Like they definitely needed a better run game, but I don't know whether to attribute that to the line or not. To be 100% honest with you, but
Right.
defensively, I think they weren't that bad. I think it was pretty okay defensively. In my opinion, possibly could have been better had individual pieces, but I think more importantly, I think it was just Calandria, man. They were like you said, they were in games. Defense won them a couple,
Yeah.
but got to stop turning the ball over in key situations.
Yeah, they just weren't reliable as a team,
Yeah,
and that's okay because it happens at times. You can't always be the greatest. Like somebody has to be a bad team to show good teams how to be good teams. But
yeah. All right, so some transfers. I wrote down Donovan Platt, cornerback out of Army, 15 total tackles, 11 solos, two pass breakups, two interceptions. Demarcus Crosby Jr. transfers in safety from New Mexico State, 81 total tackles, 46 solos, three pass breakups, an interception, and a forced fumble. Harrison Wiley, who I do like this transfer, out of Wyoming, running back, 63 carries, 323 yards, 5.1 to carry, and a touchdown. Cam Ross transfers in out of James Madison, 37 catches for 443 yards and three touchdowns. Chandler Morris to provide Tony Muskett with a quarterback battle. Chandler Morris is a guy who can use his legs. Tony Muskett can too, but not like Morris. 322 of 510, 63.1 completion percentage, 377 4 yards, 31 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, 60 carries for 242 yards and four touchdowns on the ground at North Texas. Chandler Morris is namely the quarterback, if you remember, that was at TCU, who started over Max Duggan before Max Duggan took over midway through the game and took TCU to the national championship game. If you got, oh, excuse me, Virginia was 93rd in total offense, 101st in total defense, 64th in passing, 94th in rushing, 107th in scoring offense, 120th in pass defense, 58th in rushing defense, and 94th in scoring defense. Ace, do you want to add anything before we go to UVA?
no, sir. Let's get it going.
All right. So, game one, Coastal Carolina. I have this as a loss.
I have it as a win, but it's not a confident one.
Yeah, man. I think Coastal Carolina can go on UVA and win that game, man. New coach,
I'm
well, not new
honestly,
coach, but
I'm honestly not mad at that. Like they aren't. I'm sorry. Did I mess up my thing?
no, you're good. You're good.
You see me? Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think that they're. I think Coastal Carolina can go in there and do what needs to be done. I think that the conference wise, like yes, I'll lean towards Virginia, but beyond that, not confident at all.
Yeah, I think Coastal Carolina can wreak some havoc with their offense. They're not completely option offense, but they do have option within their offense, and I think that can wreak some havoc there. And if they can stretch the defense of Virginia, it might be a tough night because I think Coastal Carolina could put up points on this Virginia team. So
Very fair.
next at NC State, I have as an L.
Yes, I definitely have that as a
At home against William and Mary, I have as a W.
I have as a W. Maybe a close game though.
Hey, could be William and Mary. I think is one of those good FCS schools, and Stanford I have as a W at home.
Yes, I have that as a W.
Then I have them losing out the rest of the season.
Agreed.
So I have Virginia going 2-10, 1-7, quite clearly being the under 6.5 win total. I legit might bet this one.
Yeah, that's too much of a discrepancy.
I
That's
legit might bet this one.
yeah. If it's even still that.
I can look for you right now, brother. I'm pretty sure it is. Because 6.5 is crazy. I saw that. I'm like,
Because where is 7 wins coming from?
I have no idea. But I don't. Florida State's not one. Louisville, Washington State.
they not beating Louisville.
No, they're not being
They
Duke.
probably not beating Florida State. They probably not beating Washington
Wake
State. They
Forest,
probably
maybe.
Wake Forest. They probably not beating Cal. They're not beating Virginia Tech. They're not beating Duke.
I have at the most 4 wins, and that's if my Coastal
And that's
Carolina
not
pick
and
switch.
that's not you about to say that's is that including Coastal Carolina?
No, that yeah. So if Coastal Carolina would flip to a W, that's 3, and possibly Wake Forest being number 4.
Still don't
Uh,
like it.
I don't like it either. Win totals: Virginia still 6.5. It's minus 130 too for under 6.5. I wish I could
Yeah,
alter it and go under 5.5 to
that's a
make it
good
plus
parlay
money.
piece. That's a good parlay piece.
Shoot, if I can alter it to go under 5.5 for plus money, shoot, I would. I
Yeah,
would.
that would be good money.
Virginia Tech is on deck next, and then bear with